Chosen one, there is a powerful truth that I want to share with you today. God saw your hidden acts of faithfulness when no one else was watching. In moments of obscurity, when you thought your actions went unnoticed, God was fully aware of the choices you made. These hidden moments, the ones where no applause, no recognition, and no validation came from anyone else, hold immense spiritual significance. You may have chosen to do the right thing when no one was around, to act with integrity when it seemed like there was nothing to gain, and to stay true to your principles when it seemed easier to compromise. And in those moments, while the world remained unaware, God was watching, and it moved him in ways that you cannot yet fully comprehend. These seemingly small, private acts of faithfulness are not insignificant. They are the foundation of your spiritual journey and the key to unlocking the manifestation of God's promises in your life. You might have questioned whether your integrity was worth it when no one else was there to recognize it. You may have wondered if doing the right thing in secret was truly making a difference. But know this, it has made all the difference in the heavenly realm. God has been watching closely, and he has seen the purity of your heart, the sincerity of your actions, and the sacrifice you made when no one was watching. Your hidden integrity caught his attention, and that is why I am speaking to you today. The world may not have noticed, but heaven did. And because of that, something shifted in the spiritual realm. God's attention is on you now in a way that is going to bring forth divine manifestation in your life. You may not see the results of your faithfulness right away, but I assure you that what is about to unfold is directly linked to the choices you made in private. This is the moment where heaven moves in your favor, because your private faithfulness has proven you are ready for the next level of your calling. God doesn't miss a single act of integrity, no matter how small or hidden it may seem. Every time you chose righteousness over convenience, every time you chose truth over deceit, every time you stayed faithful when it cost you something, God took note. He saw you. And that unseen faithfulness has set in motion a chain of events that will soon manifest in ways you cannot yet fathom. This is a time of divine preparation and activation. Your hidden acts of faithfulness were the test, and you passed. Now get ready, because the public manifestation of what God has been preparing is closer than you think. It's time for you to step into the fullness of your divine purpose, and everything you have experienced in your hidden season is leading you to this moment of breakthrough. Your private faithfulness has unlocked the doors to the promises God has set aside for you. So stay encouraged, chosen one. Your season of waiting, your season of obscurity was not in vain. God saw everything, and he is moving on your behalf in ways that will soon be visible to the world. This is the start of a new chapter in your journey, and it begins with the assurance that your hidden faithfulness will not be overlooked. It will lead to divine manifestation. Keep believing, keep trusting, and keep walking in integrity. The best is yet to come. There is an undeniable power in the quiet, unseen moments of your life, those moments when you made a choice that cost you something, yet no one knew but you and God. Perhaps it was when you returned money that you could have easily kept, or when you walked away from an opportunity that required you to compromise your values. Maybe it was when you showed kindness to someone who could not possibly benefit you, offering help without any expectation of recognition or reward. These seemingly small, private acts of integrity are far more significant than the world might lead you to believe. In those moments when you could have chosen convenient self-interest or personal gain, you chose righteousness. You chose character even though no one was watching. And that is where the transformation begins. These acts reveal something profound about who you truly are. They aren't driven by a need for external validation, or the hope of public applause. No, they come from a deeper place, the place where true character is formed. In a world that constantly demands recognition and validation, your willingness to act in integrity when no one is looking speaks volumes about your heart and your alignment with God's will. This is the essence of authentic faithfulness, doing the right thing because it's the right thing regardless of the outcome, regardless of who sees or acknowledges it. This is the kind of faithfulness that catches God's attention. When you choose to maintain your integrity in the hidden places, it resonates with God in a way that nothing else can. God sees you in those private moments, and He understands the cost of your actions. It's easy to act with integrity when others are watching, when there's an external reward or a public recognition at stake. But it takes a deeper level of commitment to uphold those values in the absence of an audience. This is where your true character is revealed not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. And this is precisely what moves God. When you choose righteousness in the hidden spaces, it isn't overlooked. God's response to your integrity is far more powerful than you might imagine. In fact, it's in these moments that divine intervention is set in motion. Heaven takes note of your actions, and the ripple effect begins. God sees not just the outward action, but the inward heart behind it. He sees the sacrifice, the willingness to give up something for the sake of what is right, even when there's no earthly reward. This unseen faithfulness stirs something in the heavenly realm that activates God's plans for you in ways that will soon manifest in your life. Your act of integrity done in complete obscurity doesn't go unnoticed. God, in His infinite wisdom and grace, begins to orchestrate things in your favor, setting the stage for blessings that you cannot yet fully comprehend. It is in this moment when your heart aligns with God's will and your actions reflect that inner alignment that doors begin to open. God is preparing you for what He has always known you could handle, but He needed to see your readiness through your actions. The test wasn't about whether you would succeed in the eyes of others, but whether you would choose the right path when no one was watching. And because you passed that test, God is now moving on your behalf, setting up divine opportunities that are far beyond what you could have imagined. So know this, your hidden faithfulness has not gone unnoticed. It has moved God in ways you will soon begin to see, and His plans for you are about to unfold in ways that will leave you speechless. The season of obscurity is coming to an end, and the manifestation of your faithfulness is closer than you think. God is preparing you for what is next, and it all began with your choice to remain faithful when no one was watching. The hidden act that moved God is not a grand display meant for the applause of men, but the quiet moments when your integrity shone brightest in obscurity. It's the time when you returned money you could have easily kept, the honest decision to turn down an opportunity that required compromise, or the kindness you extended to someone who couldn't possibly repay you. These acts are the real measure of your character, not because of the potential rewards or recognition they may bring, but because they are motivated solely by a desire to honor God and maintain your integrity. When no one is watching and no one will ever know, that's when the true test of your faithfulness arises. It's in those moments that God sees who you really are. Unlike the public performances that are often done for validation, your hidden integrity is the purest form of obedience. It's untainted by ego pride or the desire for external recognition. These acts are purely between you and God, and that's why they matter so much. In the quiet of those moments, you make a choice to do what is right, not because of any immediate reward, but because your heart is aligned with God's truth. This is the kind of faithfulness that gets His attention. God sees these moments, and He does not let them pass by unnoticed. While the world may fail to recognize the value of your integrity, God does not. In fact, He treasures these acts more than any public display of righteousness. There's something profoundly powerful about choosing righteousness when no one else is around to witness it. These hidden acts are the essence of true character because they are done with no expectation of anything in return. And it's in this very purity that God begins to move on your behalf. When you choose to do the right thing, even when it costs you, and no one else will ever see, you are aligning yourself with God's will. You're choosing His way over the world's way, His standard of truth over the world's fleeting rewards. And it is in this alignment, in this sacred choice, that divine intervention is set into motion. God, who sees what is done in secret, begins to orchestrate the next steps of your life. Your hidden act doesn't go unnoticed in the heavenly realm. It has the power to shift spiritual dimensions and prepare the way for God's promises to unfold in your life. The word stunned in Scripture is not used lightly. When God is moved by your hidden integrity, it's not just a passive acknowledgement, but a catalyst for action. The Hebrew concept of being stunned means being moved to action through unexpected excellence. When you make these choices in private, your faithfulness stirs God's heart in a way that leads to divine intervention. It's as though heaven itself shifts to honor your faithfulness, setting the stage for the blessings and breakthroughs that will follow. God is not only watching your actions, but He's also watching the heart behind them. This is what makes your hidden acts of integrity so powerful. When you act in secret with no desire for the world's recognition, it reveals your true heart. It shows that you are willing to sacrifice for what is right, even when no one is there to witness the sacrifice. This purity of motive, this commitment to honor God even in the smallest moments, is what moves Him. Your unseen faithfulness is the proof that you are ready for the next level of blessing, responsibility, and authority. It's in these private acts of obedience that God sees you as prepared for what He's been preparing you for all along. It's not about the size of the act, but the heart behind it. When you act out of love, out of obedience, and out of alignment with God's will, you are sending a powerful signal to heaven. You are showing God that you are ready for more, that your character has been refined in the hidden places, and that you can be trusted with greater responsibility. It's important to recognize that while you may feel unseen or overlooked by the world, God is watching, and He sees every sacrifice, every act of kindness, every decision to walk in integrity. His eyes are on you, and He is taking note of how you conduct yourself when no one else is around. This is what qualifies you for the next phase of your purpose. Your hidden acts are laying the foundation for the public manifestation of God's promises in your life. What's happening in the spiritual realm is far more significant than what is visible to the human eye. While the world is focused on external accomplishments and outward appearances, God is concerned with the condition of your heart. The purity of your integrity in those unseen moments is what causes heaven to move in your favor. So don't be discouraged if you feel like no one is recognizing your efforts, or if you wonder if it's all worth it. It is. And it's in those quiet, hidden acts that your true strength is revealed. These moments of private faithfulness are setting the stage for a public manifestation that will align with the divine purpose God has planned for you. God's response to your hidden integrity is not only a spiritual reaction, but a divine preparation for the public favor that is coming your way. You are being positioned for a season of influence, responsibility, and blessings that will overflow into every area of your life. But it's important to know that this manifestation will not come before your character is ready to handle it. The hidden acts of faithfulness are the proving ground. It's in the silence, in the unseen moments, that God builds the strength, wisdom, and character you will need to step into your divine calling. So stay faithful, chosen one. Keep walking in integrity when no one else is watching, because your hidden faithfulness is the key that unlocks the doors to your future. Heaven has been watching, and your reward is coming greater than you can imagine. Your time in the hidden place is preparing you for something much bigger. The power of private integrity is not just a concept. It is a divine principle that operates on a level far deeper than any outward act of performance or praise. In a world that often values visibility and recognition, God's economy operates on an entirely different scale. The hidden, quiet acts of faithfulness, those moments when you choose integrity, despite no one witnessing your actions, carry far more weight in the spiritual realm than any grand display for the world to see. It's not that public acts of kindness or righteousness are insignificant. They have their place, but they do not hold the same eternal value as the secret choices made in private when the spotlight is absent and the reward is not a public affirmation, but simply the alignment of your heart with God's will. God's perspective is not influenced by outward appearances or the opinions of others. He sees beyond the external into the heart of the matter. When you make the choice to do what is right in private, God perceives not only the action itself, but also the heart behind it. He understands the cost, the sacrifice, and the personal character required to choose righteousness when there is no immediate gain or external recognition. In this way, God's view is far more profound and complete than what can be seen on the surface. He sees the purity of your motivation, the internal struggle that may have taken place, and the genuine desire to honor Him even when no one else is aware of your efforts. This depth of perception is what makes hidden acts of integrity so powerful in the spiritual realm. Unlike public acts that may have mixed motives, hidden acts reflect a true and untainted commitment to living according to God's principles, without the need for any human validation. One of the most profound teachings on this principle can be found in the words of Jesus Himself in His teaching about the widow's offering. In the Gospel of Mark, we find the story of a poor widow who gave 2 small copper coins, all she had to live on, at the temple. In the eyes of the world, her offering was insignificant, just 2 small coins compared to the large sums offered by the wealthy. But Jesus, seeing with divine insight, pointed out that her offering was far greater than those of the rich, because she gave from a place of deep sacrifice and selflessness. While others gave out of their abundance, this widow gave everything she had, even though she would receive no praise, no recognition, and no earthly reward for her act of devotion. Jesus emphasized that her giving was not about the amount, but about the heart behind it. He saw the sacrifice, the faith, and the sincerity that motivated her actions, and that is what made her offering so precious in His eyes. This story reveals a critical truth about God's perspective on hidden integrity. He values the heart behind the action far more than the outward appearance or the size of the gift. It's not about what you do, but why you do it, and how much it costs you. God sees your heart, and it is in the secret moments when there is no audience and no expectation of reward that your true character is revealed. Your hidden integrity, much like the widow's offering, speaks volumes to God. It demonstrates your willingness to sacrifice for righteousness, your faith in His provision, and your commitment to doing what is right, even when no one else notices. This kind of integrity is rare, and it is what God desires from His people. When you choose to live with hidden integrity, you align yourself with God's heart, and this alignment is what releases His favor and blessing into your life. Another powerful example of the value of hidden integrity can be seen in the life of Joseph, the son of Jacob. Joseph's story is filled with moments where his character was tested, often in private. One of the most notable examples of his hidden integrity occurs when he was in Potiphar's house and faced with temptation. Potiphar's wife sought to seduce Joseph, but he refused her advances, saying, "How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" Genesis 39:9. Joseph's decision to remain faithful even when there was no one else around to witness it revealed his deep commitment to God. He knew that the temptation could have been an opportunity to gain favor and perhaps even advancement, but he chose to honor God instead. What makes Joseph's actions so powerful is that his integrity was not motivated by fear of punishment or the desire for praise. He acted out of a deep sense of righteousness and a commitment to honor God, even when there was no external recognition. This private act of integrity eventually led to his public promotion, as God rewarded his faithfulness by elevating him to a position of great authority in Egypt. Joseph's story demonstrates how God sees the value in hidden integrity. When you choose to honor God in private, when no one is watching, and when it costs you something, God takes note. He sees your faithfulness, and in His perfect timing, He rewards it. Joseph's rise to power was not just a result of his actions, but of the purity of his heart and the integrity he displayed in secret. God's response to hidden integrity is not always immediate, but it is always purposeful. Sometimes the divine reward for your faithfulness may take time to manifest. You may wonder if your hidden acts of integrity are making any difference, especially when it seems like others who compromise are thriving. But know that God is faithful. He sees your heart, and He will reward you according to the purity of your motives. Your hidden acts of integrity are not in vain. They are preparing you for something greater. They are aligning you with God's will and positioning you for the blessings and favor He has set aside for you. The power of private integrity lies in its ability to demonstrate true character in ways that public performances cannot. Public acts, even those done for good reasons, are often mixed with external motivations, whether it's the desire for recognition, validation, or reward. But private acts of integrity, when done in secret, are pure. They are motivated by an internal alignment with God's truth, and they reveal the depth of your commitment to His will. These acts are not about earning favor or applause. They are about honoring God and living according to His standards, even when there is no external pressure or reward. This purity of motive is what makes hidden integrity so powerful in the spiritual realm. It's not about what you do, but why you do it and how much it costs you. And it's in those secret moments that God is preparing you for the next level of your calling. He is testing your character and refining your heart, making sure that when the public opportunities come, you will be able to handle them with the integrity and faithfulness that have been forged in the hidden places. So continue to live with hidden integrity, chosen one. Do what is right, even when no one else will see. Honor God in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It is these moments that are laying the foundation for the great things that are yet to come. God sees you, and He is moving on your behalf. Your hidden integrity will be rewarded, and your time in obscurity is preparing you for a platform that will honor God and impact the world. Keep your heart aligned with His truth and trust that He will bring your faithfulness into the light at the perfect time. The test of silence and obscurity is one that every chosen one must face. It is a time when you feel unseen, unheard, and perhaps even unappreciated. Despite your unwavering integrity, it often seems as though no one notices or values the choices you're making in private. This is a period that can feel like a spiritual wilderness, where the weight of silence presses heavily on your heart. The applause of others is absent, and the recognition that you so desperately desire feels out of reach. This time of obscurity is not a punishment, nor is it a sign that your efforts are in vain. It is in fact a divine test, a preparation phase where God is watching closely to see if your character can withstand the pressures that arise when there is no external motivation to keep going. God is not testing your actions, but your heart. He wants to see if you will continue to walk in integrity when the world around you seems to be thriving on compromise, dishonesty, and shortcuts. The silence you experience during this time is not empty. It is a moment where God is working behind the scenes, refining your spirit and strengthening your resolve. You may not feel it in the moment, but God is preparing you for something greater, something that will require the depth of character that you are building now. In the midst of this silence, there is an internal struggle that arises. You may begin to question the value of integrity when it seems like others are succeeding through dishonest means. The world around you may be filled with people who cut corners, lie to get ahead, or manipulate situations to their advantage. It's easy to look at them and wonder if their approach is the smarter one, the one that leads to success faster. The temptation to compromise, to take the shortcut, may feel overwhelming. After all, what good is integrity if it doesn't seem to get you anywhere? What is the point of doing the right thing when others who are bending the rules seem to have it easier? This is the internal battle that many chosen ones face during their time in obscurity. The silence makes you question your choices, and the absence of external validation makes you wonder if the effort you're putting in is worth it. But here lies the beauty of this test. It's not about immediate results or rewards. It's about character. It's about learning to trust in the process and in God's timing, even when everything around you suggests that you are falling behind. God is watching to see if you will continue to honor Him, even when there's no external reward to motivate you. It's easy to stand firm in your integrity when others are cheering you on, when your actions are being recognized and applauded. But the true test comes when there is no applause, no recognition, and no reward. Will you still choose to do what is right when there is no one there to affirm your decision? This is the testing ground where your true character is formed. You see, the period of silence is not as empty as it may seem. It is in these moments that God is doing the most work within you. He is testing your faithfulness, your resilience, and your ability to remain steadfast in your integrity. When the world is moving at a pace that seems to reward shortcuts and dishonesty, it is easy to question your decisions. The world tells you that success comes with compromise, that you can't get ahead without bending the rules. But God's ways are different. His timing is not the world's timing, and His rewards are not like the world's rewards. What God is looking for is not the fleeting success that comes with compromise, but the lasting fruit that comes from integrity. God sees what others cannot see, the heart behind your actions. And while the world may overlook your choices, God is taking note of every step you take, every decision you make, and every moment you remain faithful, even in the silence. He is preparing you for a greater purpose, and the time of silence and obscurity is the refining process that is necessary for you to carry the weight of that purpose. It is in the quiet moments when no one else is watching that your character is being shaped into something powerful. This period of silence is not wasted time. It is a time of spiritual development, a time when God is strengthening you, refining you, and preparing you for the next chapter in your journey. The pressure that comes with the silence is a pressure that builds strength. The temptation to give up, to compromise, to take the easy road is real. But it is in resisting that temptation that you are forging the strength of character that will carry you into your calling. God sees the struggles you face in this time of obscurity, and He is honoring you for choosing integrity even when no one else is watching. You may not see the fruits of your labor just yet, but know that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating things in your favor. The silence is a testing ground, yes, but it is also a place of preparation. God is making sure that when the time comes for you to step into the fullness of your calling, you will be ready. The question is, will you stay faithful in the silence? Will you continue to honor God even when it seems like everyone around you is succeeding through shortcuts and dishonesty? The reward for your faithfulness will not be immediate, but it will be greater than you can imagine. It will come at the perfect time when your character is fully developed and ready to handle the responsibilities and blessings that God has prepared for you. Your integrity in the silence is setting the stage for your promotion. It's preparing you for the platform that God has set aside for you. A platform where you will be able to shine not because of your own strength, but because of the integrity that has been built in the hidden place. The silence, the obscurity, the feeling of being unseen, these are all part of the process. They are the tests that will prepare you for the public favor and the divine assignments that are coming your way. Do not despise this season of waiting and hiddenness. It is a season of deep spiritual growth. It is a time when God is strengthening your foundation, building your character, and preparing you to step into the fullness of your purpose. And when the time comes for you to emerge from this period of obscurity, you will be ready. You will be equipped to handle the opportunities and responsibilities that God has in store for you. So remain faithful, chosen one. Stay true to your integrity even when it feels like no one is watching. Your faithfulness in the silence will be rewarded, and the time of manifestation is closer than you think. There comes a moment, chosen one, when God acknowledges your hidden faithfulness and begins to orchestrate things in your favor. It's a moment that may not be immediately visible to the human eye, but it is a profound shift in the spiritual realm that sets in motion everything you have been waiting for. The work that God has been doing in your life, often behind the scenes, is about to manifest. The quiet acts of integrity you've carried out in secret, when no one else saw or knew, are now being honored. God has been watching closely, and in the hiddenness of those moments, He has been preparing you for something greater, something more impactful. Your faithfulness in those private times when it seemed like no one cared or noticed has caught God's attention in a way that leads to divine action. The word stunned is not used lightly in Scripture, but it carries with it a powerful concept. It's not that God is surprised as if He didn't already know your heart, but rather it's the divine reaction to your actions. The Hebrew term translated as stunned carries with it the sense of being moved to action through unexpected excellence. It's the idea that your hidden integrity has stirred God's heart, prompting Him to move on your behalf in ways that align with His perfect will for your life. God sees beyond the outward actions. He looks straight into the depths of your heart, and when He witnesses faithfulness that comes from a place of true, untainted devotion, it moves Him to act. This divine response is not passive, it is active. It triggers a divine sequence of events that brings you closer to the manifestation of your purpose. Your obedience in private, your quiet acts of integrity, have now unlocked a new level of favor and blessing in your life. When God is stunned by your faithfulness, it's because you've shown Him that your character aligns with His divine plan. You've proven that you can handle what He is about to entrust you with, and that kind of readiness does not go unnoticed. It's at this point that God begins to open doors you've been waiting for. The manifestation of His promises is closer than ever, but it will come in His perfect timing, in alignment with His purpose. This moment is not just about what you have done, but about what you have become. Your internal character has been shaped and refined in the hidden place, and now it aligns with God's purpose in a way that makes you ready for the next phase of your life. This shift in the heavenly realm signals that you are ready for more responsibility, influence, and authority. God does not elevate someone without ensuring they are prepared for the weight of what's to come. He is not in the business of promoting those who have not yet developed the character to handle the influence and responsibility that comes with it. Your faithfulness has proven that you are ready for the next level. This shift, this moment of divine action, is not only about opportunity, it is about divine preparation for what is coming. God has been preparing you even when you didn't know it, to handle what He is about to give you. Every step you've taken in hidden integrity has been building the foundation for your future impact. The readiness you now feel is not a coincidence. It is the culmination of everything that God has been working in you during your quiet season of preparation. This internal alignment with God's purpose is what enables you to step into greater influence. God does not give influence to those who are not ready to wield it with the right heart. He doesn't promote someone simply because they have potential. He promotes them when their character can handle the weight of the responsibility that comes with that position. You are being prepared to steward what God is about to release into your life, and this divine alignment is what makes that possible. This readiness for more responsibility, influence, and authority is not about what you can do in your own strength. It is about the character you have developed in God's strength. It is about the deep internal work that has taken place in your spirit, molding you into someone who can handle the fullness of the calling God has placed on your life. You are not the same person you were before this season of obscurity. God has used this time to shape your heart, refine your character, and prepare you for the influence He is about to release. It is not just about what you have done, it is about what you have become. The moment of divine action is the result of your internal transformation. You have passed the test of faithfulness in the hidden place, and now you are being positioned for the next phase of your purpose. God is aligning your internal character with His purpose, and in doing so, He is preparing you for the responsibility that comes with the authority He is about to release in your life. This shift is not just a one-time event. It's a transition that will continue to unfold as you walk in alignment with God's plan. The divine preparation that has taken place in the unseen moments is now being revealed in the form of opportunities, influence, and authority. It is the divine reward for the integrity you have shown in secret. God is moving things into place for you, orchestrating every detail to ensure that you are in the right position when the time comes for you to step into the fullness of your purpose. This is a pivotal moment in your journey, chosen one. The alignment of your internal character with God's purpose is the key to the influence and authority that you are about to walk into. God is moving on your behalf, orchestrating your divine promotion and positioning you for the next phase of your calling. What you've done in secret has paved the way for what is coming in the public eye. This is the moment when heaven acknowledges your faithfulness and begins to release what has been prepared for you. You are ready for the responsibility, influence, and authority that God is about to entrust to you, and this shift in the heavenly realm is the confirmation of that readiness. Stay faithful, stay aligned, and watch as God begins to move in ways you never imagined. The shift is happening now, and your divine assignment is unfolding before your eyes. The principle of divine economy operates on a completely different set of standards than the world's economy. In human systems, value is often assigned to what is visible: public achievements, grand performances, and the accolades that come from the applause of others. But in God's kingdom, the opposite is true. The less visible your obedience, the more valuable it becomes. This divine principle might seem upside down to the world, but it is one that God has established to refine our character, test our integrity, and prepare us for greater purposes. When you choose to honor God in the unseen moments, when no one is watching, and no one is likely to ever know, you are laying a foundation of character and obedience that holds immeasurable value in the spiritual realm. The world rewards the outward display, the public successes, and the acknowledgement that comes with fame and fortune. But God's economy doesn't work like that. He places His greatest value on the private, quiet acts of integrity that cost us something. Acts that are not motivated by the desire for recognition, but solely by our love for Him and our desire to live according to His truth. It's in these hidden moments that our true character is revealed. This is the essence of divine economy. God sees what is done in secret, and He rewards it. There are countless moments in the Bible where this principle is illustrated. Jesus Himself taught about the importance of hidden obedience when He said, "When you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing." Matthew 6:3. The act of giving when done in secret reflects a pure heart that seeks to honor God without any external reward or recognition. This is the kind of obedience that holds the greatest value in God's kingdom. In contrast, the world measures success based on how much we are seen, how loudly we are applauded, and how many people notice our achievements. Public performance is rewarded with praise and recognition, but in God's economy, it is the unseen acts that carry eternal weight. When you make a choice to do the right thing, even when no one is there to see, you are building the kind of spiritual authority that God is preparing you to steward. It is these quiet, hidden moments that lay the foundation for the platform God will eventually give you. God is not interested in your outward success alone. He is more concerned with the inner transformation that takes place when you walk in obedience without expecting recognition. Your hidden acts of integrity serve as the preparation for the responsibility and authority that God is preparing to entrust to you. It's in the private obedience that God is testing your heart, refining your character, and building the foundation necessary to sustain the influence He will release in your life. Think about the life of Jesus. Before He began His public ministry, He spent 30 years in obscurity, living a quiet life in Nazareth. In those hidden years, He was being prepared for the immense responsibility of His mission. His character was being shaped in secret, His heart aligned with the will of the Father, and His obedience tested in ways that only God could see. The 3 years of public ministry that followed were a reflection of the preparation He had undergone in the hidden years. Likewise, your hidden obedience is not wasted. It is a divine investment that is being built in the unseen places of your life, and it will bear fruit in due season. The platform that God is preparing for you will be founded on the integrity you've built in private. It is not about how many people see you, how loud the applause is, or how quickly success comes. It's about the purity of your heart, the consistency of your faithfulness, and the depth of your obedience when no one else is watching. These are the qualities that will sustain you in the season of influence and authority that God is about to release. Your hidden acts of integrity are not just preparing you for a future platform. They are also shaping you into the kind of leader who can steward the responsibilities that come with it. God's kingdom operates on principles that prioritize the internal over the external, the unseen over the visible, and the humble over the proud. The world may reward public displays of success, but in God's economy, the most valuable things are those that are done in secret, out of love and devotion to Him. This is the principle that underpins your journey as a chosen one. You have been tested in the hidden places, and now you are being prepared to step into a new season where the authority and responsibility God has been preparing you for will be manifest. As you continue to live out your faith with integrity even when no one is watching, you are positioning yourself for the divine rewards that are to come. God is building your spiritual capacity, and He is preparing to entrust you with more than you can imagine. The private obedience you have shown will become the foundation for the public favor and authority that will soon be released. So remain faithful, chosen one in the hidden places. Trust that every act of integrity, every moment of quiet obedience is shaping you for the destiny God has in store for you. Your value is not determined by what is seen, but by the purity of your heart and the faithfulness with which you walk in God's will. And in time, as your character and authority align with His purpose, you will step into a season of influence and responsibility that reflects the foundation you have built in secret. Your acts of integrity in the hidden places are laying the groundwork for the platform that God is preparing for you, and that platform will be a reflection of the work He has done in your heart. Trust in the process and know that your hidden obedience has not gone unnoticed. It is the key to the divine blessings and assignments that are about to unfold in your life. The preparation for greater responsibility often takes place in the unseen moments when it seems like nothing is happening outwardly, yet God is doing the most profound work within you. It's in the quiet, hidden seasons of your life that God is developing your character, refining your heart, and equipping you for the greater influence that He is preparing you to carry. The world may not notice or understand the work being done in the obscurity of your private life, but God sees it all. Every moment of faithfulness, every decision to remain steadfast when no one else is watching, is shaping you for something far greater. This season of hiddenness is not a waste of time. It is a training ground that is vital to the calling God has placed on your life. In the hidden places, God builds the internal strength, wisdom, and resilience that you will need when the public season arrives. These are the qualities that will sustain you when the weight of responsibility becomes heavier, when the challenges seem insurmountable, and when the influence God gives you begins to grow. It is in these private moments of preparation that God is testing your ability to handle greater assignments. When you choose to be faithful in small things, when no one else is around to witness it, you are proving to God that you are trustworthy with bigger things. You are showing that you can carry the weight of responsibility with humility and grace. And it's from this foundation that God will launch you into your purpose. The shift from private preparation to public manifestation is one that only God can orchestrate. When the time is right, He will move on your behalf and begin to open doors that have been waiting for you. The hidden acts of faithfulness, the integrity you've displayed in secret, and the lessons you've learned in obscurity will now be brought into the light. Your season of preparation will give way to your season of manifestation. But this transition is not a sudden or random event. It is part of God's perfect plan unfolding at the exact moment you are ready to step into it. When the public opportunities arrive, they will not overwhelm you because God has been preparing you for them all along. The private moments of obedience have built your character to the point where you can handle the responsibility, the influence, and the authority that come with public favor. The weight of what is to come will not crush you because it has been balanced by the strength God has forged within you in the hidden seasons. So as you step into this new season, remember that everything you've endured, every moment of silence, every test in obscurity has been part of the process. Your readiness for greater responsibility has been developed in the quiet places. Now, as God moves on your behalf, You will see the manifestation of His promises, and your influence will grow in ways you could never have imagined. Stay faithful in the private moments, because these moments are the foundation for the public manifestation of God's purpose for your life. God is moving, and the preparation He has been working in you will soon bear fruit. The cognitive and spiritual alignment is crucial as you step into the fullness of your divine calling. It's not just about having the right heart and character. Your mind, too, plays a vital role in the journey God is leading you on. Mental clarity is not merely a product of willpower. It requires alignment with God's wisdom, which brings peace, direction, and understanding. The importance of this alignment cannot be overstated because it is the foundation for both spiritual discernment and practical decision-making in the next season of your life. There is a fascinating discovery in the field of neuroscience that connects mental clarity to creativity, intuition, and overall cognitive capacity. Researchers have found that certain brain frequencies, specifically theta and gamma waves, are directly tied to heightened states of creativity and intuition. Theta waves are associated with deep relaxation and the creative flow state, while gamma waves are linked to higher levels of cognitive function, memory, and spiritual insight. These brain waves are the frequencies at which our minds are most in tune with divine inspiration and wisdom. Interestingly, these frequencies are also the ones that children naturally access at a higher rate than adults. This capacity for divine insight is a gift we are all born with. But as we grow older and face the challenges of life, the constant noise and stress of modern existence often prevent us from accessing these frequencies. However, God has designed your mind to operate at its highest potential when it is in alignment with Him, which is why the alignment of your cognitive and spiritual state is so important. This alignment allows you to hear God's voice clearly, make decisions with wisdom, and step confidently into the assignments He has for you. It's not enough to simply have spiritual readiness. Your mind must also be equipped to understand and execute the divine instructions God has for you. When the mind and spirit are in harmony, you are better able to recognize divine guidance, feel the peace of God's presence, and discern the next steps in your journey. This is where the power of mental clarity and alignment with God's wisdom becomes indispensable. To help restore this alignment, practical tools can be used to activate the brain's natural frequencies and promote clarity. One such tool involves the use of audio frequencies specifically designed to restore theta and gamma waves. These sound frequencies, when listened to for just a few minutes a day, can help restore your brain's natural capacity for creativity, intuition, and spiritual insight. This is not about altering or fixing something that is broken, but about reclaiming what has been suppressed by the distractions of modern life. These audio frequencies help unlock the full potential that God has already designed within you. Just as a muscle needs regular exercise to remain strong, your brain needs intentional restoration to access the divine wisdom and insight that God has designed for you to use. By activating these brain frequencies, you are not only improving your mental clarity, but also enhancing your ability to connect with God's purpose for your life. This alignment between the mind and spirit is what equips you to fully engage with the divine calling on your life. As you continue on your journey, it's essential to recognize that both your spirit and your mind need to be prepared for the responsibilities and influence that God is about to release. God has a plan for you that is not limited by the natural intellectual capacities of the world. He has designed you to think and function at a higher level where spiritual discernment and mental clarity work in tandem. When your mind is clear and your spirit is aligned with God's wisdom, you are able to make decisions that are not only in line with His will, but also aligned with your highest potential. This clarity allows you to operate from a place of peace and confidence, even when faced with challenges or uncertainty. The more aligned your mind and spirit are, the more equipped you will be to handle the divine assignments and responsibilities that are coming your way. As God prepares to release His blessings and opportunities in your life, mental clarity and spiritual alignment will be the key to navigating the next phase of your calling. It's about tapping into the full potential God has placed within you and walking in the fullness of your purpose. You are not just being prepared spiritually, but also cognitively, and when both are aligned, you will have the wisdom and insight needed to step into the fullness of what God has for you. So make space in your life for this realignment. Take time to restore the mental clarity that God designed for you, and watch as your mind and spirit come into perfect harmony. When they do, you will begin to see the doors open, the opportunities unfold, and the manifestation of God's promises in your life. Trust that as you activate these brain frequencies and align with God's wisdom, you are positioning yourself for the next level of influence, responsibility, and divine purpose. The best is yet to come. The hidden faithfulness you have shown in the quiet, unseen moments is now positioning you for a powerful transition. What began in obscurity is about to manifest in public favor and recognition. Your private acts of integrity, the ones no one saw and no one acknowledged, have been the foundation of the platform that God is about to release into your life. This is the divine order at work, the principle that what is cultivated in secret in hidden faithfulness will eventually be rewarded with public favor and influence. Just as Jesus spent 30 years in hidden preparation before stepping into His public ministry, your season of obscurity has been preparing you for the responsibility and influence that are now unfolding. The divine ratio is clear: 30 years of preparation for 3 years of public ministry. This time of hiddenness was not wasted. It was the refining, the shaping, and the equipping of Jesus for the monumental calling He would carry out. Those 30 years were critical in developing the character, strength, and wisdom needed to fulfill His divine assignment. Similarly, your time of hidden faithfulness has not been in vain. Every moment you spent staying true to God's calling, even when no one noticed, has been preparing you for the platform He is about to give you. The transition from private preparation to public manifestation is a divine process. Just as Jesus' private faithfulness led to the public favor He received as He began His ministry, your acts of hidden obedience are setting the stage for the public recognition and influence that are coming your way. However, this transition requires humility. The favor and influence that God is about to release into your life are not a reason for pride or arrogance, but an opportunity to reflect His glory. The same character that was developed in private must be maintained in public. Humility must be the foundation of the platform you are stepping onto. God has entrusted you with influence, but it is your responsibility to use that influence for His purpose, not for personal gain. The transition to public favor is an exciting and blessed moment, but it comes with the responsibility to stay grounded in the integrity and humility that characterized your private faithfulness. As you step into this new season, remember that your character is more important than your position. The platform you are about to occupy is not about you. It is about how God will use you to impact the world around you. The public recognition you receive is a reflection of your private obedience. It is essential to remember that God sees the heart, and the moment your heart shifts from honoring Him to seeking glory for yourself, you risk losing the very favor that was given to you. Your hidden faithfulness has been the testing ground that has shaped your heart. And now as you step into greater visibility, it is crucial to maintain that same heart of humility and service. The same integrity you demonstrated in the hidden seasons must be the foundation for how you operate in the public eye. This is not just about gaining influence or recognition. It is about stewarding the influence that God has given you for His kingdom. Jesus, despite His fame and influence, remained humble, always directing attention to the Father and fulfilling His divine mission. Your public favor must be used to serve God's purpose, just as Jesus used His public ministry to fulfill God's will. As you step into the platform that has been prepared for you, take a moment to reflect on how far God has brought you. The hidden seasons of obedience were not easy, but they were necessary for the divine purpose that is unfolding. The favor that is about to manifest in your life is a result of your faithfulness, and it's important to recognize that it is not by your strength or ability that you stand in this place of influence. It is by God's grace. Stay rooted in humility, remembering that God is the one who has given you the platform and the favor, and He is the one who will continue to guide you. The hidden faithfulness that has shaped you will now empower you to walk in the public favor that God is releasing. And with that favor, He will use you to accomplish His divine purposes. Keep your heart aligned with His will and trust that the influence you carry is not for your glory, but for His. The best is yet to come, and as you transition into this new season, remember that your private faithfulness has laid the foundation for the public favor and influence you are about to walk in. As the blessings and recognition begin to manifest in your life, a new challenge arises, remaining faithful and humble in the midst of your success. It's easy to stay grounded when no one is watching, when no one knows the sacrifices you've made, or the integrity you've upheld in private. But as God opens doors of favor, gives you influence, and elevates your position, the temptation to become proud or self-reliant can become a real struggle. The challenge is not just about handling success. It's about maintaining the same heart of humility that you had when you were in the shadows. When the blessings start to pour in and the recognition starts to follow, it can be tempting to forget how you got here. The truth is, the journey of hidden faithfulness, integrity, and quiet obedience is not something you can take credit for. It was God's grace that brought you through, and it will be His grace that sustains you as you step into this new season of favor. The world will try to tell you that you've earned it all, that you've done enough to deserve this success. But in your heart, you know the truth that it was God who opened the doors, God who gave you the strength to stay faithful, and God who provided every opportunity. This recognition is not just a reflection of your efforts. It is a testimony to God's work in your life. Therefore, staying humble is essential. Guarding your heart against pride is a daily decision. It's the reminder that your accomplishments are not your own. They are a reflection of God's faithfulness and His work in you. In the midst of this transition, be mindful of the temptation to compare yourself with others. You may look around and see people who have received blessings more quickly or with less struggle. It's easy to begin to compare your journey with theirs and wonder why your process took so long. The enemy will whisper that you've been overlooked, that others have it easier, and that you deserve more. But comparison is a dangerous trap that can steal your peace, your joy, and your sense of purpose. Remember, your journey is uniquely yours. The timing of God's blessings in your life is perfectly orchestrated. He has been preparing you for this moment, and no one else can walk the path He has designed for you. Their journey does not diminish yours, it's simply different. Your success and favor have been tailor-made by God to fit the unique calling He has placed on your life. Comparison will only distract you from the beauty of your own story. Instead of comparing, choose to celebrate the journey God has taken you on and trust that His timing is always perfect. The key to maintaining humility and staying grounded as blessings begin to manifest is gratitude. Gratitude keeps you humble. When you are thankful for what God has done in your life, you are reminded that it is all a gift from Him. It's easy to take blessings for granted once they become familiar, but gratitude forces you to stop and recognize that every door opened, every opportunity given, and every blessing received is from the hand of a faithful God. This gratitude will keep your heart aligned with God's will. It will remind you that your success is not for your own glory, but for the furthering of His kingdom. You have been entrusted with influence, with favor, and with responsibility, but it is all for a greater purpose. Stay humble by continually acknowledging that everything you have is because of God's grace. In every moment of success, choose to turn your focus back to Him. Thank Him for the opportunities, for the influence, and for the recognition. Acknowledge that it is not by your own strength or wisdom, but by His power and favor that you are where you are. As doors open and the world begins to see your faithfulness, remain dependent on God. Humility is a constant reminder that regardless of what doors open in the future, you are nothing without Him. Your dependence on God will keep you grounded and rooted in His purpose. Don't let success make you self-sufficient. Let it drive you closer to Him. Let it remind you that He is the source of every good thing in your life. The moment you forget this, you risk losing the very favor and influence that God has given you. So guard your heart against pride and stay rooted in gratitude. Trust that God is moving on your behalf and allow His grace to continue to shape you in this new season. The blessings are just the beginning, but they will only be sustained as long as you remain humble, grateful, and fully dependent on Him. Stay grounded in His truth and let every opportunity that comes your way be a reminder of His goodness and faithfulness. Your journey is far from over, and as you continue to honor God in all things, you will continue to walk in His favor and grace. As you stand at the threshold of a new season, chosen one, the moment has come when the season of hiddenness is coming to an end, and the public manifestation of God's promises is about to begin. This is not the end of your journey, but the beginning of a new chapter that is filled with divine opportunities, responsibilities, and blessings. The preparation that has taken place in the unseen places has laid the foundation for this moment, and now as you step into the light, you are ready for the assignments that God has been preparing you for all along. It's important to recognize that this new season is not a result of your own effort alone. It is the culmination of God's perfect timing and His work in your life. He has seen your faithfulness in private, and now He is ready to reward you publicly. But with this new season comes a new level of responsibility, influence, and authority. As you step into this next phase of your calling, remember that the same character and integrity that carried you through the hidden season must continue to guide you. The foundation has been set, and now it's time for you to walk in the fullness of what God has prepared for you. It is not time to shrink back or be overwhelmed by the weight of what is to come. It is time to stand firm in the knowledge that God has equipped you for this moment. This is the activation of your season, chosen one. You are being called to step into your purpose with boldness, confidence, and faith, knowing that everything you have endured has led to this divine moment. Now more than ever, you must stay faithful to God's calling on your life. Keep your heart humble and your spirit ready to receive the new opportunities that are unfolding before you. Don't let pride or comparison steal the joy and peace that come with walking in God's will. Stay grounded in the truth that it is God who has brought you this far, and it is He who will continue to lead you forward. You have been prepared for this moment. You have been shaped and refined in the hidden seasons, and now you are ready to take on the responsibilities that God is placing before you. As you step into your new season, remember that it's not about you, it's about the purpose God has called you to fulfill. Your influence, your authority, and your opportunities are all part of His divine plan, and He will continue to guide you as you walk in His will. So remain faithful, remain humble, and be prepared, for the best is yet to come. As we close, let's seal this moment with a prayer, asking God to activate this new season in your life, and thanking Him for the hidden faithfulness that has brought you here. Prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you with hearts full of gratitude and awe. We thank you for recognizing the hidden faithfulness that has been displayed in secret, for seeing the integrity, the sacrifices, and the choices made when no one else was watching. We thank you for your perfect timing and your faithfulness in preparing us for this moment. Lord, we declare our readiness for the public manifestation of your promises. We trust that you have equipped us for the assignments ahead, and we ask for your continued guidance, protection, and wisdom as we step into this new season. Help us to stay humble and grounded, remembering that it is your grace that has brought us this far. Keep our hearts aligned with your will and protect us from the pride and distractions that come with success. We declare that we are ready for the new opportunities and responsibilities that you are placing before us. We step forward in faith, trusting that you are with us every step of the way. We seal this moment, Lord, in the name of Jesus, knowing that the best is yet to come. Amen. Chosen one, your season of hiddenness has prepared you for this moment. Stay faithful, stay humble, and walk in the confidence that God is leading you into a new chapter of divine purpose and fulfillment. The manifestation of His promises is upon you, and your destiny is unfolding before your eyes. Trust in His plan for you are more than ready for what lies ahead.